Hey, good day, everybody. Welcome to Stream of Card Consciousness. I am Mark Ford, and as always, joined by my co-host, Brandon Brother, up in the Panhandle, Greg Smith. How you doing today, Greg?
Doing really good, Mark. How you doing today, man?
Doing well, doing good. Had a good weekend, and ready to talk some cards.
Absolutely. Monday morning, I'm ready to go too, man. We got some cool things to talk about today, and we'll just dive right into it, man. So start you off, I guess, with cards of the week, and then we'll go from there.
All right, yeah, cards of the week. I got a big box of tonnage from Goodwill last week. It was about 20 pounds. I didn't really have high hopes for it. Looked like a lot of mid-90s stuff, which it was. I also was the owner of the largest Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure card collection, so I put that in the bin. But whenever we buy these lots off of Goodwill, there's always something interesting in there, and I try to keep the price point down, so I'm not going to get disappointed if I drop like $50 and it's a bunch of garbage. But my first card of the week out of the Goodwill tonnage, I love this card, and this is a family favorite right now, and this goes in the Forever PC. It's a Manatee rookie card. Look at that. This pops from Burger King. So where else are you going to get a Manatee rookie card than in a box of stuff from Goodwill? So I love that. The Glorious Sea Cow. Manatees are really cool and some that we really like in the Ford family. So I was really stoked to get that manatee rookie card.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm a native Floridian, and manatees, man, they kind of go with the territory. What year is that manatee rookie card, man? I
um,
love that.
I think it's like 91, 92. There's no date on it. I'll have to do some further research, but we'll put it in the
Right.
show notes. The manatee, what year the manatee rookie card is Burger King Kids Club. And there's a bunch of different animals, zebras and pachyderms and elephants and all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy stuff. But I saw the manatee. Legitimately, I was excited. Oh my God, wow, case hit. And
Yeah, that's
yeah, it's crazy, right?
that's awesome, man, because manatees are kind of they're I don't know if they're still in danger, but I know back then when the manatee rookie probably came out, they were pretty scarce. And not to just wax on about this manatee rookie, but that's really cool, man. Being a Floridian, that hits me too. So
It's what we do. It's my benefit to the show is, Ford's going to pop up with a moon rookie card or a manatee or something
yeah,
goofy. That's
you
what
need
I
to frame
do.
that thing.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely keep that. That's really cool. And also in there, again, just never know. This is one of my favorite all-time cards. I got the
Yeah.
90 tops name on front, Frank Thomas. I love that card. So anytime I get that. And there was a couple autos. I'll get to the other one in a second. That's actually in the mail now. I gave it away, but I had Darnell Cole's autograph in that
Right
pile of
on.
stuff. So Darnell Cole's. I collect autos. It's legit. I checked it out. So yeah, Darnell
He was a pretty
Cole's.
good player too, Darnell.
Yeah,
He had some good years with the Tigers.
so I really like that. And
Yeah.
there was Daniela Monet auto. It was like a Donruss issue or something. And like fans of the game 2015. I'm like, who the heck is she? But apparently she was on Nickelodeon shows and stuff like that. So I gave that away to Tim Jewell on the show page, who had a little thing on there if anybody wanted it. And Tim was the one that said he wanted the that card. So I sent that to him. And then my last card of the week, this was in a little sale by Zach Haney. I got this KSA, which is like the Canadian version of PSA, Jim Palmer. So yeah, 75 Jim Palmer and an 8. This thing just pops. That's beautiful. KSA. I mean, it's not probably the best grading service, but I like the KSA slabs. I actually have Darth Vader in a KSA. It really looks cool. But so yeah, I got that, and it was like $6. I was like, hell yeah, I'll take that. So I got that nice Jim Palmer. So those are my cards of the week.
That's very cool. And I don't sell KSA short, man. I've done some research on their slab a little bit over the last couple of years, and they're the equivalent in Canada of PSA. So you could do worse with that, I
Mhm.
think. And that's a great card, man. That Jim, those 75s are always tough to find in good shape and centered and not diamond cut. And that's a beautiful Palmer. I remember when you got it, you showed it, and I was like, man, that's for what you got it for. kudos to you and kudos to Zach for selling it for that. So, and then the autos, man, I love when you get tonnage, man. I get excited too because it just we'll get pictures and you put it in our little group thing with James and show us pictures, man. It's cool to see what you get in those. And I'm gonna start a new Twitter feed called Tonnage Hits. So whenever you get some hits, man, I'm gonna hashtag it, and that should blow up soon because you get more hits than I can even think of. So cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. I don't really have a whole lot with cards of the week. I'm gonna kind of go in a different direction with this, and everybody, well, not everybody, I guess, but some people that know me know that I'm kind of a set builder, and I've been going after 71s pretty hard. I'm down to one. I need one card right now. So I've gotten a lot of help along the way, and I guess, without even asking for it, people have just been so generous. And I'm going to name some names here and kind of give some people some props here. So these four right here, they're called SPs, short prints. Dave Shore, guy that I've kind of talked with a little bit over the last year or so in the Facebook group, the Vintage Fire Sales to 1993 Facebook group, sent me those. And there's been 3 or 4 guys that have really kind of, you're one of them. You sent me some that you got. Richard sent me a ton. Richard Kavorka sent me a ton. Marty sent me some. Marty Klotz, and then Emil Newhouse, I guess, is a seller. He's got seemingly endless supply of 71s, and he gave me a really good deal on several that I needed. So my cards of the week more are just a really big shout out and a big thank you to people that have helped me finish this set, because I don't have an unlimited budget to do this, and I appreciate everybody. And I do struggle, though. I think sometimes putting those posts up, it's more when I have a post saying, I'm getting close or I need this, I don't want it to come across as like a solicitation for people to send me stuff. So please don't take it that way, everybody. It's just really more excited for myself and excited in the hobby. And I guess collaterally, they've been sending me stuff. So I really do appreciate it, but that's not the objective when I do that. So I want everybody to understand that too, because I do kind of feel bad, and I insist, hey, let me pay you for this. Let me pay you for this. And people are just so generous. So end of my soliloquy here. Just thank you, everybody, for helping me get those sets. So back to you, Mark. So that's what I've got for my cards of the week.
Well, it exemplifies the group that we've built, our little Facebook group, and how kind everybody is. I've received a bunch of great stuff as well. And it's really awesome when somebody sends you something out of the blue or you're not expecting it, and it's really cool. And it kind of almost, it leads into what we're going to talk about today a little bit, and which is kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, when everything is price tag, dollar signs, and that would be the tie and controversy, the big tie controversy. He's chasing cardboard, and everybody seems to have an opinion on that, and we do as well. So how you feel about all that, Greg?
Well, we're a little late to this. This has been talked about and beaten to death, but I was talking to you about it last week, and I think it's good to have an opinion on it from some of the smaller collectors. Everybody and their mother has an opinion on how chasing cardboard is selling these autos, and they know that they're not real, and they're still trying to sell them, and it's a money grab. And I think it's unfortunate, that a lot of the bigger, quote unquote bigger people in this hobby feel it necessary to do that. I mean, these are $50 cards, and do they really need to ruin their reputation or to sully their reputation for $50 rock auto? That's what gets me is, look at your scale. If you're not going to do the right thing, then balance it with, okay, well, doing the right thing, what would it cost me? If that's not innately in your nature, which it doesn't seem to be with these guys, then think about it from the other angle. Okay, so doing the right thing and not selling this $50 auto that I got in a collection I bought somewhere, that's worth it to me to keep my reputation. So even if I don't want to do the wrong thing, which blows my mind, but if there's enough people out there that don't want to do the right thing, but still have to think about their reputation. So if that makes any sense, I don't know, man. It's just, it leaves a dirty stain on things, and it's kind of just slimy and gross, really, in my opinion. So, and then there's a lot of people at that end of the hobby, the higher end of the hobby that are like that. So, I don't know, man.
True.
I could talk about this for an hour. So
we could go on forever
yeah,
about it. And
give it some context though. I'm not sure everybody knows exactly what happened.
yeah, so what happened? There's a show, Chasing Cardboard, Ty character. He runs with Michael Moynihan, who is the baseball collector, and he has a podcast. And he's so they go around the country and they get cards and buy collections and sell cards, and they have eBay and this, that, and the other thing. And he was selling the rock autos, and eBay said that they were likely to be fake, and he sold them anyways. And then he put them back up again after the initial buyer decided he didn't want to buy them because they could be fake. So that's just pretty much anybody in the hobby knows what's going on with that. I mean, my take on that whole thing is when that show came out, Chasing Cardboard, I kind of dug it. It was pretty neat. And but then it just gets kind of repetitive, and it joined into what most of those shows at that level, the Eric Jabs, people of that nature, it becomes kind of like hyperbole, overstate everything. And then he's all slinging the spirit, and I'm a good guy, and I'm a Christian guy, and I'm trying to help people out. And this poor family in West Virginia, and they need the money, and we're going to do this $100,000 card collection, and on and on and on and on. And then meanwhile, he's selling these cards. So if you have the money to buy hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of baseball cards, then like you said, Greg, why are you selling $50 autographs on eBay that may or may not be real? Do you really need the money? It's context. Everything like with Jabs is the same way. Oh, we're breaking $2,000 worth of cards, or I bought every card in the shop, or I bought out a store, and it's money, 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 which is fine, all well and good. And it just strikes me as kind of just phony and bizarre. And like with Ty, he's got the hat on backwards. And bro, man, if I had your head of hair, I'd be rocking that shit. Let it fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got your stupid hat on backwards. And another thing, Ty, when you're wearing a hat backwards, it should be a fitted hat. You got your snapback. It just doesn't look good. And then if you're in the sunshine and you got at least a funny thing here on your head, it's just a lot. It just seems fake, a lot of it. And then they put out the rebuttal videos, and his buddy Moynihan joins in, and they laugh about it, and they're all spiritual and slain in the spirit. And come on, give me a break. All you guys care about is money and how many cards you have and how much money you make. That's just my feeling on it.
Right. I agree with you, and I'll be the first to tell you I haven't watched a ton of Chasing Cardboard. I tried to, and it wasn't my thing. I mean, I'm more into sports car radio and things like that. And I, he does try to expose some of the corruption, I guess, in the hobby, which, some people don't like his style, but I think I think he means well, sports car radio. It gets back to me to, you're obviously buying and going around and buying and selling these collections, and you've got some money. And like you said, I mean, you're gonna create this firestorm over a $50 Dwayne Johnson auto. I mean, that doesn't really make any sense to me. It doesn't. Why would you do that to yourself? I don't get it, because this has been a black mark for them. And I'm wondering where these people are finding all these collections. I mean, just they're going around as like American Pickers. I'm gonna have to watch this a little bit.
Yeah, well, they should have. There's already a show like they're doing it. It's called American Pickers. They're basically the American Pickers for cardboard.
Yeah.
And when you put yourself out there like that, the rebuttals, like I said, he gets his buddy Moynihan involved, and Ty issues a rebuttal video, and he's sitting down on like a log stump somewhere, and he's and almost wiping the tears, and I'm going to tell you the good guys in the hobby, and he lists about 8 or 9 sellers or content creators that are good guys and good people, and support them, and not bench clear whoever's attacking me, and the right thing to do would have been say, hey, I screwed up, issue a refund, take the card, throw it in the garbage, right? And then just move on. B, if somebody criticizes you, if you're in the public eye, you got to eat it. I've done some things or do some things where I'm kind of in the public eye. If you don't like me, you don't like me. I can't help it. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna. Everybody wants to be loved, but that's the nature of the beast. You're not gonna. There's people that probably watch our show. They're like, Ford's an idiot. I can't stand that guy. Well, I am who I am, and I'm sorry you feel that way, and I'm not going to get an argument with you about it, because we're all entitled to feelings, right? Feelings and opinions aren't real. They're not facts. I mean, they're real for us, but they're not factual. If you feel about something, that's fine. We can agree to disagree and do it respectfully, and then just move on. Don't just keep the thing going in the endless circle of. It's just, the whole thing. I thought it was pretty comical.
Yeah, it's kind of just, it feels gross, like I said earlier, and it's, I don't have a whole lot else to say about this other than it just, everybody has an audience, I think, and everybody tries to create controversy, and everybody tries to do that, and there's a saying that no publicity is bad publicity. And, maybe that's the angle they're taking on it, but just, you made a good point a minute ago, just saying basically, take the car and throw it in the trash. And the bottom line is them selling it, knowing that it's probably not real, is just perpetuating the card itself. Get rid of the card, take it out of circulation. At the end of the day, that's really what needs to happen. And they just, all the other extraneous crap, just do the right thing, and I think that's kind of the root of what we're getting at here this morning. Is there's been some people that you and I have run across as we've gotten a little bit more involved, and we've seen some things that need calling out, I guess, is the best way to put it. And the post you made yesterday about the spring training hockey, and I mean, come on, guys. I don't know how much we want to go into this,
but sure, why not? It's fine.
But there's corruption at every level, it seems like, in the hobby sometimes, and unfortunately, you and I have been seeing quite a bit of it, and it's I get the feeling it's giving you a little bit of hobby fatigue.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm fried, man. I'm fatigued. I'm going to keep with the show and do my thing. But I'm going to have one more sale before school starts, and then I'm going to crank it down for a while. Could be forever. It could be 2 months. Could be 6 months. Who knows? But I just can't deal with it. I've had a lot of wacky things happen to me, and I like to think I'm one of the good guys. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But with the sale that you're talking about, I guess for me, it's attention to detail. So you get these giants or bazillionaires or whatever, they have all the cards in the world. And again, it's overselling something. It's hyperbole. It's not needed. It should speak on its own. I'm just Johnny, little guy, 25 cent, 50 cent, a couple buck cards, a few great, whatever. It speaks for itself. It is what it is. Here's a picture. There you go. I'm not going to say 100% guaranteed on TTM autos or autos that may have been gathered in person. 100% guaranteed to pass authentication, because nothing in life is 100%. I can show you autographs that I've had a guy stand in front of me and give me the file authentication, but it's real. I got it. It's not a perfect science. So don't ever state 100% guarantee. There is no 100%. Also, attention to detail. If you're selling hockey cards, don't say that the collector got him in spring training and he was, there's no spring training for hockey. They're playing hockey in the middle of February and March. And unless I'm missing something, there's no hockey spring training. So, I mean, maybe before my time or something, but no, it doesn't exist. So, there's a few baseball cards in there. So they're selling baseball cards. Oh, guaranteed 100%, going to pass authentication. And then there's a bunch of hockey, same thing. 100% guy got it in spring training. No, pay attention to detail.
Yeah.
It sets people up for disappointment, and don't set people up for disappointment. It's probably an honest, innocent mistake. Another one, they're selling a bunch of junk Aerowax rookie cards. Okay. Oh, rookie cards, whatever, $25 for 40. There's 1991 Topps Frank Thomas. It's not a rookie card. Pay attention to
Right.
detail, right? So,
Yeah.
38 of the 40 cards might have been rookie cards, but you got 2 Frank Thomas stuck in there. That's called most. That's called almost all. That's called 90%. It's not
Yeah.
all, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not all. Pay attention to detail.
Yeah.
It just, it just baffles me.
That particular seller seems to have a lot going on outside of cards, and I think he just slaps stuff out there, and that's not really how you want to do that. I mean, I agree with you. I actually bought that lot that had the Frank
I
Thomas's,
know.
yeah, but I noticed, but it was still a decent price. But you're right, it's attention to detail, and you've got to pretend like you care about what you're doing more than I think those folks do. And I'm really hesitant. I think people can do the math and figure out who they are, but I don't want to publicly name people at this point. People that we deal with, especially, it's just not. Maybe that's me, but people can do the math. I just think he needs to take some more time to do this right, and make sure that people are getting the cards that they ordered, and make sure that the conditions that you're saying, we've talked about this quite a bit lately. The conditions that you're describing are accurate. And I can certainly say that I don't blame you for having this sour me on the hobby itself. You've been through the ringer lately, and I get it, man. And I'm hoping I can smooth the landing for you so you don't just abandon it completely. But I don't think you will. I think you have had a couple periods in this recently where you've thought about it, but you'll get some good tonnage and come back strong. So
yeah, I got tonnage last night. I was going to show you. I mean, I'm still going to get my tonnage, stack it up and have my fun. That's my fun. See, spending $20, $25, $30 and getting 20 pounds of cards and going through them. And, that's fun. It's cathartic. You spend a couple hours, sometimes 3-4 hours going through it. And when you do find something interesting and you do get that manatee priceless 101 rookie card, it really makes your day. So I'm just at a different end of the spectrum. I like to have a good time, and I'm not too serious about anything. And people that know me know that, I like to have a good time. I mean, look, I'm wearing an Iron Maiden shirt.
Well, and I was just about to say, man, I was glad I was able to catch you before you ran to the hills.
Yeah, run to the hills. Man. Yeah.
Wasted years, right?
Yeah, wasted years. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is actually the restaurant, Nico McBrain, the drummer. It's in Fort Lauderdale. It's a Rockin' Ribs. This place is amazing. It's all Iron Maiden memorabilia, and they got a little stage set up, and you might go in there and see Nico and somebody, jamming, and but the food is amazing. Ribs, chicken. So if anybody's ever in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, check out Rockin' Ribs. That's Nico McBrain. That's a drummer from Iron Maiden, and this is his restaurant. That's the restaurant. Eddie's out there slinging some food on the grill and making some barbecue. But it's a great restaurant. Restaurants are worth the rat's ass in Florida are kind of few and far between. It's hard to find. So not only is, if you're into, music and metal and stuff like that, is it, it's a cool vibe and atmosphere, and but also the food is amazing. It's absolutely, I've been there like 3 times.
That's not in Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, in Fort Lauderdale. Right. It's amazing. Yeah, it's just tremendous. So
you got some tonnage. You got some tonnage to show us, man?
No,
are you gonna go through that today?
Yeah, no, it's I got to go through the new batches on the way. But just briefly, I wanted to touch on real quick, as I was throwing some stuff out, clearing away for some tonnage, and I dumped a 91 Fleer set in the trash, pulled some stars out, and upon review, let's pull these down here. My camera.
You threw away your 91 Fleer set, man?
Yeah, I don't want it.
Why?
It's I'm not a set guy. It takes up space. Just pull the stars out. Come on now. But yeah, it's in the trash. So I'm gonna go back out and get it. So, but I mean, these are, upon review, I mean, these are pretty nice cards. Good action shots. The stock is heavy. I mean, look at this Fisk. I mean, that's a nice that's a nice card. And I'm like, all the years I bashed it and people bashed it, and they should because the yellow is gaudy. But this strawberry is neat. He's obviously doing like BP or a home
Yeah.
run contest or something, full crowd behind him. I love place and setting. So for me, that strawberry card that's really, really
That
cool.
flamingo kick was awesome.
Yeah. So I'm like, wow, these are really great. And there's no, I mean, you can pick up a set for $5. I mean, so there's no
Right.
point in me keeping it because I'm not a set guy. Larry Walker is really cool. And
Yeah, that
it's
is a
just,
cool card.
yeah. So I'm
What
going through, not to bore people with 91 Fleer, but I think again, it gets to the point where if you have fun with it and you don't monetize everything, it can be really cool. And this has always been one of my favorite. The Glavin sliding in, and that's
Oh,
really
yeah.
neat. Yeah,
I've
that's
never
a
seen
neat
that card
card.
before. That's cool.
Yeah, Glavin. So and all the shots, not just the superstars, and of course me being an Andre Dawson guy, you got Dawson and Sandberg
Sandberg.
there.
Yeah.
That's really neat. So if we don't monetize everything, we try to find some joy and just have some fun. I mean, you can get wax boxes of these for $20. You can get the sets for 10 or $12. And we can have a good time with it, and you can spend a couple hours ripping some packs or going through a set. And honestly, Greg, you were amazing
Oh,
with the
yeah.
Cubs, bro. I mean, people
Yeah.
don't realize how sensational a player you were. I mean,
Look at my minor stats, man.
yeah,
They were
you're
something.
underrated. You were that year you had in '87 with Peoria. That was stout, man. I mean,
What what did I bat again? I don't even remember.
270, but you had 6 home runs, 56 RBIs, and just amazing. And
I
you,
had some speed though too. I
oh,
mean,
you did have some amazing speed, 52 stolen bases,
yeah,
Greg.
see, I could
So
run.
yeah, you were
Yeah.
sensational. So yeah, I'll be sending you that, Greg Smith. So
Thanks.
maybe you could autograph it for me. So
Yeah, I would too, man. I'd send it right back through the mail. That's
DTM
cool. And
baby.
I agree with you, man. I think 91 Fleer gets a bad rap, especially we were talking before the show about how much light years ahead of 1990 Fleer it really is.
Yeah.
1990 Fleer just does absolutely nothing for me. You
Horrible.
know, there's no good rookies. You have to go to the update set to get the first decent rookie in the set. Um, Frank, you
Yeah,
got Todd Zeal, I think is the highlight of that set.
I
And
think
it's
so.
like, yeah, that's like, what? Come on. So 91 Fleer, I think over the years, you had a pretty random thought here, but they have a big blowout forum thread about 91 Fleer and Project 2020 and how that replaced it as the ugly set of all time. I don't agree, man. I think 91 Fleer um, grows on you. Certainly.
Yeah.
Same with 90 tops, man.
Yeah, it's my
They went,
jam. I
yeah,
love
they went
90
for something.
tops.
Yeah, exactly. They went for something different and it worked. I like that way better than 1990 Donruss, honestly. Yeah. So
So
good
I'm
set, man.
glad, yeah, I'm glad I went in the closet and looked through these. And I'm not keeping the comments and all. It's just
Yeah.
it's not happening. But yeah, good photography, good. Like I said, the card stock is pretty solid. Like how 88 Donruss almost feels like paper.
Yeah.
Like yeah, this is a pretty good card.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was pretty happy
88
that
Donruss is terrible too, and they're almost as thin as the 81s. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't 88 Donruss is horrifying.
Yeah.
Not very good.
It's not good.
Not good.
So, well, good show, man. I think we
Yeah.
talked about some things, and you got anything else you want to talk about today, Mark?
No, I'm good. Just again, everybody that has been sending me notes and messages, and I appreciate it. I love the banter. I think, one of these days we could do the R-rated version of the show with some of the banter that goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
That might be more
No question.
interesting. That might be more interesting than what we talk about. But yeah, just everybody. Tim Jewell, shout out to Tim Jewell. He got that Daniela Monet autograph, and I sent him some other. He's a Houston Astro collector, and sent me a note that he had some things going on in life, and he's getting back into collecting. So I sent him some extra cards with that. So I mean, that's what it's all about. So
Is he on our page?
yeah, Tim, yeah, he got
Oh yeah,
that
he's the one that
Monet.
won the autograph. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was the one that wanted that. And actually that card was really cool. I wish I
Yeah.
hadn't mailed it out yet, but it's in the mail. So and then oh yeah,
Right
the
on.
other thing in the tonnage that we forgot, the Giannis rookie was in that the tonnage that I got. They had that Giannis rookie, which was a miracle that it came in this good condition because this stuff was all just piled in a box. And there's this Giannis rookie. It was amazing. Right. It was a pinnacle rookie. So that's gone. And I'm not a basketball guy, so I moved that to somebody that appreciates basketball because I'm not other than Dr. J, I don't. Basketball's not my thing.
No, you don't like Jordan?
Jordan was the man. Obviously loved watching, through the 90s and all that and killing everybody, the dagger in the heart, ripping people's hearts out. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think the Bulls, who didn't like the Bulls. But growing up in Buffalo, we lost the Braves. I was a real short Gonzo basketball fan. Used to get the owner's seats through my dad. I'd sit right next to, I'd sit right next to Adrian Dantley. He'd be on the bench and AD be sitting right next to me. We had floor. It was amazing in the 70s. Buffalo never should have lost their basketball team, the Braves. That's for Bob McAdoo and Ernie D. And we had Moses Malone for like a day. Smith. Randy Smith was amazing. Adrian Dantley. It was just, and it was supported. And when the Braves got stolen from us,
didn't they go to San Diego? Is that?
Well, the owner, John Y. Brown, traded the Braves for the Celtics. He took the Celtics. The other guy took the Braves and moved them to San Diego. And it just kind of left me feeling empty about basketball. And I like the game. So as far as like collecting, I got a bunch of Braves cards and I'll collect the Braves, but modern, not really. I like David Thompson too, the Skywalker. Yeah. And there's a theme here, and it kind of maybe it gets to where I work at an alternative high school, and everybody has a story. Spencer Haywood, I love Spencer Haywood, David Thompson. So they all had problems, issues, substance, this, that, the other thing. So Spencer Haywood to me was, one of the first books I ever read when I was a kid was his autobiography. So people, PSA, if you want to put a book in your 8 or 9 year old kid's hands, don't give them the Spencer Haywood biography because, the autobiography, it's adult only. But I loved it. But it was probably some things were over my head at the time.
I have a similar book. You remember Hollywood Henderson?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did an autobiography talking about how, it's adults only. So don't read his either.
Yeah, exactly.
Hollywood Henderson and Spencer Haywood.
Stay away. Moms, dads, keep away from that one. That's for when they're a little bit bigger.
Well, let's go have a good Monday, man.
All right, thank you.
Fun. It's been good talking about this stuff, and I think as time goes on, we get a little bit more willing to talk about some things that need to be discussed. I'm enjoying that. We're kind of going outside the box a little bit and giving our opinions on some things I think that we were kind of reluctant to do at first. So this has been fun talking about some things that need to be talked about.
And Ty, you might be a great guy. I don't really know you, so it's not personal. But if I was you, brother, and I had that lettuce on my dome, I'd be letting it flow, man. Take that hat, throw it in the garbage. And if you're going to rock that backwards hat, get yourself a fitted hat, okay? That's all I got to say about that, man.
Yeah, well, we'll and I agree with you, man. I'm going to start watching that a little bit more, I think, to kind of get an idea of what these guys are all about. So anyway, man, it's been good talking with you, Mark.
All right. Okay, everybody.
With everybody. And if, happy collecting, everybody. Just let's keep it fun.
Have a great week. Thanks, Greg.